Hey guys, welcome to another video. I want to show you some camera operation on the phone. I know that we watched camera parts with actual DSLR cameras for video productions, but I want to show you how to use the application from Adobe called Premiere Rush to record your videos. So I'm going to go ahead, and once you have downloaded Adobe Premiere Rush, you can go ahead and click on that and it will open up. It'll have projects and things. We'll talk about Premiere Rush a little bit more in detail later. But we're going to go ahead and click this plus button down at the bottom, and it says take video or photo. You're going to go ahead and click on that, and it opens up the camera application. Now, I'm going to rotate it here, and you might not see that in the video, but I'm in landscape orientation versus vertical orientation. We'll talk about vertical video versus landscape video later, but for now, here we are in landscape. Over to the left-hand side of the screen, you can see some options for rule of thirds grid, flash, which means it'll turn on the light if you hit record and it's dark, or it's always on, or you can turn it on automatically with this little blue flashlight here if you want to turn it on. Then down at the bottom, you can also turn it around, the camera around, so you can see yourself. Hello. And have that selfie camera on. Then there are some controls down at the bottom of the screen in the center. We're going to start over on the left-hand side and work our way to the right. The first one is your exposure aperture. You can leave that on auto for now, but if you wanted to affect that, you could click on there and you can change your shutter speed. You can change your ISO. The ISO might be something that's important to change later on, but typically if you just leave it on auto, it's pretty good at keeping what it needs to do. The next one over is exposure bias, and what this does is it allows you to, if you want to kind of overexpose something or underexpose something, you can control that here, just by sliding that back and forth. The third one in from the left is our white balance. Just leave that on auto for right now, but basically what that's telling the camera is colors. So your colors are correct. Your whites are white, and that's how you tell your camera what's white. If I wanted to change that, or if I needed to change that, for example, if my picture looked like this and that whiteboard is now yellow, I may need to come in and adjust that by doing this temperature. Or maybe if I wanted to bring in just a little bit, make it what they call a little bit cooler temperature. So this is the cold side because it looks like ice, right? It's blue. And this is the warm side. We'll talk about color temperature a little bit more in depth, but this is how you change it so you can get a little bit more accurate colors. But usually we just leave it in auto, and that does a pretty dang good job. Continuing on, we've got our focus here. You may want to turn this off if you want to do some cool things with focusing, where you can do kind of like what they call rack focus. Right, so you go from out of focus to in focus, and you can stop at the rack focus. That's how you do it on this phone, or you can leave it in auto for most other things. Zoom, the little magnifying glass here, so if you want to zoom in while you're recording something, you can do that. And then here is where this 1080p 24 frame or 24 FPS, this is your frame rate and your resolution. This will be largely based on your phone. Most phones should be able to do 1080p. If it doesn't, that's fine, but this is where you'll be able to change that resolution and the frame rate to get different things. And we'll talk about frame rate and resolution and what all of that means later on. But that, my friends, that is the camera controls, basically. Then, of course, the big red button starts your recording. And to stop it, you just click it, and you've got that media ready to go. And we'll talk about how to get it from Premiere Rush to the other applications later on. Goodness. So that's that, and that's how you do camera control inside of Premiere Rush. Thanks for watching.